So you can't just do it, willy-nilly. There are specific rules or regulations to the gifting process?
Yes, and start with the proposition that if you violate these rules, does it surprise you that there's a separate gift tax? I mean, one thing about the IRS, they're very smart. They have lawyers that wear three-piece suits. These guys are very smart. They've done a lot of school. They have to have these gifting rules in play to have teeth to the estate tax rules. And there are a couple of basic rules I think you're probably familiar with. You probably remember the days when people talked in terms of $10,000, and you always heard that the most you could give away was $10,000. Well, that rule has actually changed a little bit. It's now a $13,000 rule, but that rule says that every single year you can give $13,000 to any number of potential donees. And so if you had 5 kids, you could give them each $13,000. That's $65,000. And if you keep those gifts within that $13,000, it's a non-taxable event. There's no tax consequences to you as the donor. There's no tax consequences to your children as a recipient. But you go past that $13,000. Now you got IRS knocking, because IRS says, hey, wait a minute here. You're trying to sneak around our estate tax. And so the rule is that if you make these gifts larger than $13,000, then you may have to pay gift tax. And guess what? Gift tax traditionally is the same tax rate as the estate tax. So the IRS is essentially saying, if you give it away too fast, we're going to tax you. If you don't give it away fast enough, we're going to tax you. And so that's where I go back to methodically and consistently every year you got to be thinking in terms of these gifts and try to keep your gifts within those rules.